So maybe you've been listening to these videos on mindfulness and you're getting the sense of like, oh, it's going to help you be kind and curious. There's, this attitude that we can develop, but you also keep hearing like, don't worry about succeeding in it, and like anything that happens to you will be okay. And the point is to be like okay wherever you are. So then you have the question like, but I want to succeed and proceed with my life. Am I just supposed to do nothing? And so I think this is a great question to bring up. And what's interesting when we look at the literature is I like to bring us this idea of neuroplasticity. To me, it's a scientific finding, right, that our brains have the ability to form new connections at any time point in our lives. And what I think is really interesting about that is it means change is always possible. I like to say, if you say like, I'm never going to change, that person's never going to change. Like science has proved you wrong. Change is possible. And when we look at the evidence base for mindfulness, we see over time that long-term meditators, and even those who have done it just for an 8-week program, actually do see significant change in terms of how they are able to regulate attention, in terms of qualitative reports on their sense of well-being, and then in long-term meditators that we actually see structural and functional changes in the brain, and specifically around areas that are in charge of like pro-social behavior, self-awareness, self-regulation. So if you want to think of it like physical fitness, you're going to see these like changes. You can get your mind fit. You can be prepared for the big game. If the big game is like an exam, a really challenging like relationship or a breakup, whatever our big games are that are coming up, we want to be strong for them. And so I like to think of neuroplasticity and then what we know about the functional and structural modifications that mindfulness, long-term meditators see, that you are working towards something that makes you stronger. And that work, and this can seem somewhat maybe counterintuitive, the work to become stronger really involves not striving or craving or pushing yourself to be as strong as possible, because that attitude of kindness and curiosity and compassion for ourselves is really about giving ourselves permission to accept and be okay with who we are in any given moment. And so there can be some tension and conflict in that, but it really has these incredible benefits and this potential to roll out across your life in terms of how you relate to yourself, how you relate to others, how optimally you're able to do your work. So this interesting piece, self-care is not selfish. You can take care of yourself for all of these beneficial reasons.